outside of Ukraine that went to protest on February 24th, congratulations, you fools. You have probably had a hand in creating more lives being taken. This is good for thought. Let's roll.
Good for thought.
What up, everybody? Congratulations if you made it to this video. That means you're a chosen one because we've been heavily shadow banned. For all those that think that I'm bugging, I even tried taking the same video, posting it on another channel, same thumbnails and everything, not even wasting as much time as I do on this one. It gets thousands of views. While we are still over here, being struggling, man, but it's so good. That means that I bring this video to you, to all of you that have to hear this. But I wish that the people that went to protest on February 24th, the people that call it an anniversary, the people that forget that this war has been going on for almost 11 years, and in April will be 11 years, all you fools out there that don't realize that Ukraine has been taken for a ride. Ukraine was solely created to be anti-Russia, to hate Russia. It has become the main social idea and national idea. And I am from Western Ukraine. And what did I see today throughout the world? People that were obviously outside of Ukraine protesting for the war to continue. Meantime, in Ukraine, while protests are prohibited, there were mothers that were protesting for the war to stop, because all you fools, and most of you were from Western Ukraine, where I am from, while you, thank God, are outside of Ukraine, thank God you're not hearing the rockets fly and the explosions. Thank God your kids are not at war, and yet you are out there. And what is your conclusion? Do you want the man that looks like he has nothing else to lose, that the man that's been part of this gigantic operation, money laundering operation of Ukraine, that he's gonna do what now? Isn't he going to start snatching up kids now? Even though we're getting close to some kind of a stalemate, I think it will be some kind of a frozen phase and period. But this guy, for the remaining months, and it will be remaining months, is going to go absolutely bonkers. He's going to tell all of you, thank you, people from Western Ukraine that are outside of Ukraine, that are not coming over here to fight. Thank all of you for giving me the green light, man, so I can start snatching up kids now. And they have been snatching up men. Men are sitting in basements right now. Children that have had their psyche forever ruined, lives that are forever ruined, souls that are killed. You ever seen anyone that has had their soul killed? You can't kill a soul, but the way those people look is like their soul is so far somewhere down there, is that there are no remaining resemblance of the person having a soul. I've seen those kind of people. And you fools, you are creating those sort of lives today. And while it's okay to be ignorant in private, it is not okay to be ignorant out in the public, because now by you being out in the public, now that ignorance has an effect. And it was so sad to see a herd of people that obviously didn't know what the heck is going on. They have no sense of history. They have no sense of what's really going on in the regions that have actually been fighting this war. Like, they're completely ignorant, man. And yet they're out there protesting for the war to continue. And our world has been completely flipped upside down, because the people that have actually, for the past years, I've been telling you, look, this hatred that was created is generic. Look, Ukraine is just being taken for a ride. Look, there's no other way of being, and unless we are friends with Russia and Belarus and all you fools. I heard a lady give an interview at one of these protests, and she has been in Spain for like 15 years, and obviously she's from Western Ukraine, and obviously her kids are not going over there to fight. And she's like, yeah, well, look, these dirty Russians in the Soviet Union has been munching off of us. Okay, so all you history buffs want to tell me that after the Russian Empire has broken off and all of these people's republics were created, which you got to be against People's Republic, right? You call them separatists, you're against DNR. Well, one of these people's republics was the UNR, Українська Народна Республіка. It was another people's republic. It was surrounding, Kiev and the surrounding suburbs. It was a small formation. There was a lot of these people's republic that were being broken up. And then when the Bolsheviks, and make no mistake, Stalin, Lenin, and Hitler were all students of the same Germanic school. But when the Bolsheviks decided to unite, put central and what is now known Eastern Ukraine together, and then in 1939 take Eastern Poland and make it into what's now known as Western Ukraine, this huge territory they made into an official Soviet republic. They made it into the richest Soviet republic. Most of the Soviet leaders came from there. There are 7 power plants. The biggest army that was stationed in Ukraine, and Ukraine, at the end of it all, in 1991, come out as the 3rd economy in Europe and the 6th economy in the world. And you are all fools trying to tell me that that's what terrible Russia did. Well, let me ask you a question. What has Europe done for you? Because here is something maybe you don't know or don't realize, is that Europe will never accept you as one of their own. And when I say Europe, I don't mean the regular people. I mean those higher up dynasties that are creating all of these conflicts, that are testing out their new technologies, and the psychopaths, man. What have they done for you? Because they will never ever accept you as one of their own. To them, you will always just be another Russian. And I'm from Western Ukraine, and I was so far right into almost hating Russia, and thank you God for giving me a sense and a nature that I'm not capable of hating someone. But I was brainwashed by the same propaganda until at 19 I realized it was all a lie. And then for many years I have been trying to disprove myself, and tell myself, no, you're actually wrong. There is a point for hatred and everything, and I still haven't been able to find nothing. Because if you know multiple languages, if you are communicating, if you are nonstop studying, if this is something that you dedicate many years to, then you realize that all of this hatred, all of this national idea that has become the hatred for Russia, is generic, and it was created by special forces, special agencies from the West. Stepan Bandera was just another agent. It's not a secret. He was living in Germany under a different name after World War II for many years, doing, always having money, always doing his operations in Ukraine. And they were not some freedom set Ukraine free operations. They couldn't have been, because he was hired by someone else, so he had to take orders from them. Just the same as I've said this before, just the same as Ukrainian army is not a Ukrainian army, it's a proxy NATO army. And not only for the past 3 years or 4 years or 10 years, for the past 30 years. 30 years. So while the Soviet Union has given us all of that, which we can say it's Russia, right? Soviet Russia has given us a huge territory, ability to build ships and some of the biggest planes in the world. They've given us all of that, but for the past 30 years, Kiev doesn't even have a new metro station, because Ukraine has been robbed so much. When I was leaving Ukraine in 96, the population was 52 million, man. In the early 2000s, it was like 42 million. Poof, 10 million gone. And now, like, why are we so foolish? Why? Shout out to Nikolai Petichenko, the real journalist that had 65 investigations. If you haven't seen me translate some of those videos, go watch it because they're mind-blowing. This guy dedicated many years, many assassination attempts to uncovering all of these stories. He's a political refugee now in the United States because if he was back there, he would get shot. He uncovered all of the dirt, and the dirt just goes on forever. That's why some of the richest people that you ask them, where is the best place in the world to launder money? They'll tell you it's Ukraine, man. Just like this journalist said that the Donbass war was two oligarchs playing their games while people were disappearing, man, while women were taken overseas, man. Just the population has been robbed, man. And to all you fools, realize something. The reason the Soviet Union, the Bolsheviks, and later on Russia even allowed Ukraine to walk off with all that territory and everything is because it was always beneficial for Russia to have Ukraine prospering, because that's the bridge into Europe. That's exactly why the Bolsheviks did what they did, because Ukraine was always the bridge into Europe, man. Because Belarus wouldn't be able to play that part, but Ukraine was, and Ukraine was always a buffer zone, always a means to infiltrate into Russia. All of you fools, I was gonna go on a deep story in this video, but I'm realizing that it's taking a lot out of me, and I guess I just wanted to commemorate that day and ask everyone, if you don't know about something, if you're not sure about something, it's okay. Again, it's okay privately and everything, but as soon as you go out into the world, you start affecting lives. And the people of Ukraine that are in Ukraine, they are tired. The people of eastern and southern Ukraine, they've been experiencing this for many years. They are tired. The only to all you Westerners, the only people that are screaming for the war to continue are the people that have never seen the war. Thank God, but they have never seen the war. And look at what they do. A lot of Western Ukrainians, even though it's safe over there, people are living their normal lives, they have gone to Western Europe and they have taken someone else's spot, someone that could have actually used that place in Germany or in Ireland or wherever, someone that was actually affected by the war. That's why this is so sad. This is so sad. And I was one of those people. I know exactly how this hatred has been working. And if any of you think it started with Maidan, that Ukraine started hating Russia, or in 2022, whatever, you can look up in 2011 in Lviv, Ukraine, where people are walking around with torches saying, hang a Russian upside down or whatever. Like violent things, man, because it's always been a part of us. And I wanted to go down into the history of how the blue and yellow flag was a South Austrian flag during the Austria-Hungary, and how Ukrainian fields is what we call them, that with the helps of the Bolsheviks, the way they created a Ukrainian ideology, the way they used Taras Shevchenko. Like, I wanted to go into all of these details, but I don't have the heart. I just wanted to say this to all of you, that please, it is not a fad. It is not cool by you. You're being very, very dishonest. If you are Ukrainian, first generation, second generation, whatever, and you are in the West and you are safe and you're going out into the street with blue and yellow flags, it is very unfair, man, because you're not there and you're not going to go back there, man. and the people want for this to stop. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. No one wants no more bloodshed. This will lead nowhere. Russia can fight forever, man. All you fools, again, you're ignorant of history. Every 100 years, the West will try this, man. And every 100 years, they will fail. Anyway, shout out to all of you. My bad if I, went on a rant. I was gonna make this more personal, more deeper, but again, I'm feeling heavy on the heart, sending out much love, and I guess, at least I wanted for this video to commemorate that day as a day of mourning, as a day of destruction. I don't even know how those people will start climbing out of this, so go hug your loved ones, go thank God that you are somewhere peaceful, and appreciate life, man. This was good for thought.